Subscribe for daily exclusive fanfiction. Comment below with your favorite scenarios for our next thrilling story. In this tale of betrayal and desire, Jude confronts dark secrets, while Cardan risks everything for love. Who will survive? The sun dipped low behind the trees of Elfhame, casting long shadows that danced across the stone courtyard. Jude paced, her heart a tumultuous blend of frustration and longing. After the chaotic events that had shaken their world, she had hoped for peace. Instead, a storm brewed within her. Cardan's presence loomed large in her mind, a haunting reminder of both their passionate connection and the betrayals that lingered in the air. As her thoughts twisted around him, Jude could feel emotion building, every moment more suffocating than the last. She recalled the way he had looked at her just days before, eyes dark with secrets, promising to fight for their love, yet hiding his own truths. The weight of his lineage felt like a chasm between them, a barrier neither could easily cross. Jude Cardan's voice cut through her reverie, low and laced with urgency. He appeared from behind a pillar, his expression unreadable. She met his gaze, a whirlwind of emotions crashing around them. Her heart raced. Here was the boy who had once been her enemy, now her lover. But did he still hold something back? "What is it, Cardan?" she asked, trying to keep her tone steady. He stepped closer, tension electric between them. "I need you to trust me, but I fear what that entails. My past, it's coming back." Jude's breath hitched, a mix of fear and desire flooding her senses. Their entangled lives had brought them together, but now vulnerability threatened to tear them apart. The truth hung heavy, suffocating, yet impossible to ignore. As he reached for her, their fingers barely brushed, igniting a spark. Jude's mind raced with possibilities, pondering the battles ahead, not just with their enemies, but within their own hearts. Would they stand together, or would secrets unravel the bonds they had fought so hard to create? The moon hung high, casting a silver glow over the realm of Elfhame. Jude stood at the edge of the palace gardens, her heart racing against the stillness of the night. With each breath, memories of Cardan's heavy admission pressed down on her. Trust felt like a fragile thread, ready to snap at any moment. The darkness seemed to whisper secrets she was not yet ready to confront. As she took a step deeper into the lush garden, the fragrant blooms seemed to mock her turmoil. Every petal, every rustle of leaves, reminded her of the dreams she'd once harbored about love and loyalty. But now, shadows lurked in every corner, and every sound felt amplified in her anxious mind. How could she move forward with a heart haunted by his silence. Moments later, Cardan emerged from the shadows, his silhouette striking against the silvery light. Yet there was something in his Isa storm brewing beneath the surface. "Come away with me, Jude," he urged, voice low and enticing. His presence wrapped around her like a heated flame, drawing her closer despite the questions that still burned in her mind. "Where to?" she dared to ask, curiosity mingling with desire. He stepped closer, the tension between them palpable. "To a place where secrets gather like dust. A truth that could shift everything we know." Jude felt herself torn between the pull of passion and the weight of his deception. Still, the bond they forged was powerful, igniting the air around them. As she reached for him, their lips hesitated, a breath apart, reverberating with the unspoken words that hung in the air. Would this kiss seal their fate? Would it be a promise or a prelude to heartbreak? With her heart racing, she closed the distance between them, her doubts fading into the background, overshadowed by the heat of the moment. The night held its breath as she melted into him, ready to lose herself in the secrets that enveloped their world, even as the shadows danced around their hearts. The conflict had come to a head, and the air was thick with tension as Jude faced Cardan across the great hall. The flickering torches cast wild shadows that danced along the walls, mirroring the turmoil brewing in her heart. This was no longer just a matter of love. It was a fight for their very survival. Dread settled in her stomach as whispers of betrayal echoed in her mind. Cardan's dark secret had come to light, and the fragile peace they had worked so hard to build was crumbling. She could no longer ignore the fact that their love was inextricably linked to the politics of Elfhame, and every choice felt like a potential downfall. "Jude, we can't dwell on the past," Cardan urged, his voice filled with an urgent intensity that sent shivers down her spine. "We must focus on what lies ahead." His fiery gaze held her steady, urging her to see the conviction in him. But how could she trust him when the scars of betrayal still marred her heart? "Trust is not easily won," she countered, her voice steady yet trembling with emotion. She longed to throw herself into his arms, but fought against the desire stirring within. The room was charged, every heartbeat echoing the unspoken promise of what could be, tinged with the threat of everything they stood to lose. With a sudden determination, Jude stepped closer, fear mingling with hope. "If we are to fight, we fight together." But her eyes narrowed. "You must be honest with me. No more shadows." Her heart raced as she laid bare her condition, desperate for transparency in the dark world that enveloped them. Cardan took a breath, the weight of her words settling between them like a living thing. Then we shall forge our path together, and I swear I will not hide from you again. The promise hung in the air, a vow that pulsed with unyielding strength, and with it came the heat of rekindled passion that blurred the lines between them. As their worlds collided once more, the flames of desire ignited, fanning the fire of their intertwined fates. In that moment, they were no longer just participants in a game of thrones. They were bound by an unbreakable bond, ready to confront whatever lay ahead, forged in the crucible of fire